This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You prepared your kids for their first steps. The first day at school, their first dance, that big test, all the wins along the way. With a College Savings Iowa 529 plan, you'll prepare them for even more. Register before May 31st for a chance to win a $1,000 contribution. Visit collegesavingsiowa.com to make the first move toward a bright future. College Savings Iowa. It's how parents get through college. Administered by the State Treasurer of Iowa.
This is a podcast from Minute Media.
Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. I hope our audio sounds a little better. Man, y'all put us through the ringer in that Discord on Friday. And Ryan and I took that a little personally, bro. I gotta look at some shit. So this is our first time recording on a different interface, software of a recording mechanism for the podcast. So we hope it sounds better. And then I'm getting my new mic's already here. I'm getting the interface tomorrow. So, but then like a week and a half, this shit should sound super crisp. So bear with us. So we just hope that it sounds a little better from the jump. And we got some shit to talk about, Ryan. Today's Wednesday night. We got preseason football on Saturday. The Saints are playing. There's preseason football that just in general NFL is tomorrow. And we got to talk about the Jameis injury scare. We got to talk about their quarterback controversy in the boot. What? So I want to keep this as concise as possible. So I know we typically are long-winded, so we might go a little long. So we're just going to dive right into it, bro. So I don't even remember what day it was. So this was Saturday, or maybe it was Monday that Jameis, I think it was maybe Monday, that there was an injury scare that Jameis tweaked his foot, and news comes out that it's a sprained foot. He's going to miss a couple of practices. He's not going to play in the preseason game against the Texans on Saturday. And one thing that I do appreciate about Dennis Allen is just transparency about injuries, man. Like it's just so refreshing, bro. Like, he has a sprained foot. Oh, Pete Warner, like he has a groin injury. Like the Sean Payton way of just like, oh, I can't tell anything about any little injury because it's a competitive advantage. It's like, God.
And
damn.
the thing that's funny about it is it makes you realize how stupid that shit was. Because it's like when you're not saying it, like when Sean Payton's like making it a secret, it becomes a whole thing. Like everybody on the TL, any information about, like y'all heard anything yet? Like we going crazy.
You become like crackheads, bro. Like, is there something?
Yeah,
like, what?
But you just say it is like, oh, okay, like that's it. Like it's just, the beat reporters write it down, they tweet it out, and that's it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I understand to a certain extent. You can't put all information out as far as like a player's health,
of course,
and when they're going to be healthy and all that stuff. Like if somebody rolled their ankle, it's like, yeah, he rolled his ankle. It's like what? And just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't hard, man. Like Sean Payton used to be like, I'm not talking about injuries. I'm not going to do that with you guys. It's like, bro, calm down.
What? It's so funny too because shout out to Captain Terrell, bro, because she's the injury question asker, bro. Even today, like she asked about.
Can't go get it in. Can't go get it in, boy.
She asked about Pete Water. I heard. I was like, they're cat. There she is. I appreciate it though. So it probably not the best encouraging news in regards to but at least it's nothing serious, anything like that. But well, you use that as a little lead, bro. Little lead, not LEAD, LEDE. See, some of these clips posted, bro. Some of this balls and red rifle is throwing, bro. Looking crisp, bro.
Bridgewater. Ready Bridgewater, boy, he putting them out. Them little dimes, man.
Dimes, bro.
I'm like, hey, bro, I said it. Look, when I saw Jameis get hurt, I'm like, man, Andy Dalton about to get some valuable snaps, like very valuable snaps at this point in camp, man, where like the offense is starting to come together. The installs are pretty much done, and guys are just working their way into the offense. Like these snaps here are very valuable, and for him, it's extremely valuable since he's new to the offense. So I was just like this is going to be interesting. Not saying, there's a QB controversy or nothing, but look, Andy Dalton was a starter in his league for, years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he's just like this guy that was just, just rolled off the turf or whatever. Like, he came into the league, started his rookie season and played, 8-9 years as a starter, went to playoff games and won a lot of games. He's a good quarterback, and so he's going to look good, especially in practice, like especially in training camp. He's going to look really good, and he's going to execute this offense. And this offense tailor-made for him. This is it's similar to the Jay Gruden offense that he ran and did real well in. So this is tailor-made for him. That's why he loved it. I listened to his interview today. He just loves it. He says he has the whole playbook in his head. And he ready to roll. He said he wants to start. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I mean, this is like good problems, bro. Like this is not a bad problem. This is like good things.
It is. I had to, I gotta just stoke the fire a little bit, Ryan. Just a little bit, stir, bro. Just saying.
Yeah, man. I already predicted he was gonna have at least one game where he just go off the season. At least one.
And the way you could look at it as a Saints fan, all joking aside, because there isn't a quarterback controversy. Although some of the balls looking kind of good, though. But when the Saints went from Jameis to Trevor Siemian to Taysom to Ian Book, like I think the front office just made up their mind, like, man, we're never going to have a Miami type of game again. Like that game was
rock bottom, bro.
Rock bottom. And so many players were missing because of COVID and et cetera. But I think they looked at it and said, listen, we see ourselves as a team that compete in the NFC. We could maybe be a top 3, top 4, even a top 2 team in the NFC. Obviously, a lot of things have to go right. And if Jameis gets hurt, like we want to be able to have a quality backup who can win us maybe 1 to 3 games and keep us afloat until Jameis gets back. And I think that's what they have in Andy Dalton. I think you kind of said it perfectly in our Discord, is that there's not a quarterback competition or quarterback controversy, but Jameis go on out. He on a skid where he looking like last season in Tampa Bay, Jameis throwing like multiple INTs a game, bro. Then completely different conversation.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And look, quarterbacks have skids like they do. Drew Brees had them. Drew Brees have 3 straight games where he's throwing like multiple picks. And it's like, what's wrong with Drew? So Peyton Manning has had those skids. Tom Brady, every quarterback has those little slumps. And I'm like, and Jameis is not those guys. You know what I'm saying? So if he has like a 2 to 3 game slump where it's like, man, he's just not seeing things right, I mean, it'll be hard, not to just throw Dalton out there, and especially if like the Saints are competing, then play out in a playoff hunt and stuff like that. Like you just can't risk that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's not just, Barry Jameis or anything like that, but we also got to understand where we at right now as quarterback. We're not sitting there with a top 5 quarterback.
Right.
So to have 2 guys that are, top 20-ish type quarterbacks, man, that's a solid situation.
It is, and it could be a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
So I still think that I know he's had a couple of better practices here the last couple of days. I just wonder, is there room for Ian Book? And that I don't know, man. I just find him like it's hard for me to see like him making the team, but who knows? They may keep 3 at quarterback.
Who knows?
Speaking of throwing passes and things of that nature, we would be remiss if I know we talked about it last episode. We talked about it in previous episodes, bruh. I am saying here on the podcast, on the record, number 13, he back. Back, bruh.
Ready to say he fully back?
I think he's 100% back.
Man,
I think I put it in the Discord, bro. The John Wick in the first one, like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back, bro. Like, it's just every day he dominating, just dominating, a dog. No, like every single practice. Oh, he scored like what? Was it 3 touchdowns today? 4 touchdowns today?
4, I think, man.
4. And
putting that work out there.
And it kind of makes me, I mean, not annoyed, but I would love for like a healthy Marshawn to get matched up against him and just like, I know Paulson Adebo have been like the star of training camp or been like one of the biggest stars of training camp, and it sounds like he's
that's kind of quieted down the last couple of days.
You're yeah, bro.
He ain't really been here much the last couple of days, man. I'm like, oh well.
And I
gotta be careful with the training camp stuff.
Yes, and I think DA said it the best today in his presser. I listened to all the pressers. It's hard for me to listen to pressers when I'm working, but sometimes I'm able to listen to them. But the DA one, I listened to most of it, and someone asked him a question of like, how do you evaluate things you've seen in practice and in training camp versus maybe a performance you see in a preseason game? And DA's answer to it was great. And long story short, basically is like, at the end of the day, like this is like a results driven league. Like our jobs are based on results driven. So, we, put more weight into performances in preseason games. It's not saying that training camp practices are not important and training camp's not important.
Right.
They obviously are, but like how you play in the game, that matters. And I don't want to, and I'm not saying that to diminish like probably the great training camp that Paulson Adebo has had. It sounds like for all intents and purposes, he's had a great training camp, and I do honestly think he's ready to take a leap in his career and in his play. Right. Is he? Do we have like as fans? Are we seeing a team that has 2 CB1s? I don't know, bro. I don't know about that yet.
No. That's hard to say.
But I just wanted to get back to Mike Thomas and just say that if he is 100% back, or let's say 95, right? Let's do a margin.
Man.
Let's say he's. Do you? I mean, I know you know, but I got to ask it. Do you know how much that dramatically changes the entire offense?
Oh my God! I mean I really can't overstate how dramatically that impacts the offense. I can't. Like, you talking about a guy who was on a Hall of Fame trajectory, was Offensive Player of the Year, caught 149 passes in 2019. Who he's a wide receiver one. He gets the best cornerback. Like, it just changes everything, man. It changes how the defenses play you, and and his whole time here, maybe except for his first season, he hadn't had a wide receiving core with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do this year. Potentially anyway. So, like, bro, like that, like it's huge, bro. The fact that he's coming back the way he is, and it's what we all hope for too. Because I mean, look, it was only a month ago we was looking at him running a straight line on a video. Like, ooh, I don't know.
It's what we hope for, but like, in all honesty, I don't think none of us expected this, bro. None of us did. Period.
Honestly, I expected him to still be on PUP. I expect him to still be on the PUP at this time. Like, that's what was in my mind. I was like, he's going to be on the PUP for about 2 weeks, then come back slowly, and then, at some point in the season, he'll start coming back. But for him to be cutting, and that's the thing, that's the key part about it. It's not like that he's just out there, but he's doing Mike Thomas things.
Yes.
He's doing those, like, just nasty cuts, just sticking his foot in the dirt, just getting in the air, falling, just playing that violent game he likes to play. That's the shit that's really selling me. Like, man, okay, yeah, I think he back, bro. Like, I think he back.
I think he is too, bro. I think, like, you said it perfectly. It's the cuts, like, and for a player that the concern with him coming back was his ankle. Is his ankle going to hold up? For him to, I mean, we're still, a month-ish away from the regular season starting. But for him to be able to make these cuts right now in training camp, man. And to your point about him not having to be the guy, or him not having a wide receiver, crew like this year, the fact that if he is back and he's true dominant wide receiver one, and then he doesn't have to be relied on to be the dog. Like, it's like, because defenses at some point, even at Mike's peak, and he might regain his peak, but like, we just clue in on 13 and 41, and we good.
Yeah,
like, that's it.
That was it.
But if he's back, well, shit, I can try to clue in on 13, but shit, what about 80? What about 12? Like,
80 gonna give you a headache.
Headache
80 gonna piss you off
in the slot. And I haven't written down on my page the things I wanted to talk about is Chris Olave is making more and more plays in training camp, making more and more plays in the end zone. His route running, we already knew what his route running was. Like, route running is a thing that from a college prospect to the NFL is a very easy thing that translates. But now you're hearing that now in training camp he's being able to beat press man that maybe he struggled with earlier in training camp. Like, I need to, this is how I can beat the defender off the line of scrimmage to get free. And
that was his major question. Like,
it was because one of the detractions, and his detractor was like, when he gets to the NFL, he's going to get manhandled. They're going to kind of the same thing to a full degree, not a lesser degree, that we heard about Devontae Smith. And I know I had my concerns with Devontae Smith of the prospect, bro.
Right, exactly. Me too.
And he's been fine. He's been damn good, right? So for Olave, I don't call it a touchdown if you want. I don't know if it was. I don't know if you saw the video I sent you of CD.
Oh no, I saw it.
Okay, so he made that play, and you could cut that catch, quote unquote. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, and like juxtapose it against like some of the plays he made in the end zone at Ohio State, bruh, and it's like a carbon copy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And say what?
I was just gonna say, man, this offense might be a problem, bro.
I'm so reluctant, man. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
Hey, like you said, bro. You remember was it you that sent me the shit about the Commanders, bro?
Oh, yeah.
we might not win a game this season.
Like Chris, like in training camp to be thinking that, bro. Like that's just man.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. This is the peak of optimism. The peak of like hyperbole is a month before the season starts, and I'm saying it. I'm saying it, Ryan. This offense has all the potentials of being a problem, a big problem. The three big questions I have is
Burning questions.
Not burning, but they simmering. Is what are we getting at from 51? If Trevor Penning starting, can he have like one of those plug and play left tackles where he's a rookie and you don't have to worry about him type of seasons?
Mm.
And then the biggest one is the one who fucking stirs the fucking pot is Jameis. Like those are the big questions right now, bro. Like I think running back two.
That's some big questions.
Those are huge, bro. What up? But the potential is there for this offense to truly be explosive.
It really is, man. Like it's just so interesting. It's going to be so interesting to see how it plays out because for so long when we had like a talented offense, we had a crap defense. So, the hope is we have a really good defense this year and a talented offense. So I wonder how it's going to balance out, like who's going to be able to, we'll both be able to shine because we've seen in the past.
I already know I know where this is going.
It's like when the offense balling, defense like, shit, we could chill, bro. We just made sure we keep them about 28 points. We good. So I just wonder if they will adopt that mentality or will they keep that like that mentality they had last year where it was like, we going to defend every blade of grass. If we die on the field, we going to make sure that team doesn't get in the end zone. Like that's how they was playing last year.
Yes.
Like, even though Miami put like 20 points on them in that Miami game where like half the team was injured, half the starters were injured. Like they fought like they could fight no more in that game.
Yeah, like it was still close at halftime.
It was close, bro. And go watch that Tampa Bay game, the second one with Taysom Hill. I mean, just look at the scoreboard, bro. Like Saints did score a touchdown and won handedly.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. So I just want to know, will the defense keep that same mentality? We know they got the talent, but will they keep that same mentality if the offense becomes like a 30-point a game type offense? Because I'm interested to see.
It is because we remember, bro, like when Drew Brees would go down and Teddy would have to be the quarterback or Taysom would have to be the quarterback. It was like that. It was like the defense would be like transformed, bro. It's like, I got this.
We was talking about, man, how we gonna extend Eli Apple? Eli Apple shutting them down, man.
And now every Cincinnati, every Bengal highlight, you see Jamar Chase. I mean, to be fair to Eli Apple, Jamar Chase give everybody problems, bro. Everybody problems. I'll say this about the team. So for the upcoming season, I'll be at 3 games. I'll be at the Raiders game. Obviously, I'm going to be at the London game, the Vikings game, and then I'll be in the Bay Area for the Niners game. For a second, I honestly thought about, you know what, man? Let me look at these Bengals ticket prices, bro. Because like, you want to talk about football porn? You want to talk about football porn? You got 2 LSU darlings, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. You're going to have Marshawn lined up on Jamar Chase most of the game. Paulson Adebo on T. Higgins. Like, you got Trigger Trey coming back to the Dome, bro. Like, that game there is like
that game gonna be crazy, bro.
Crazy. And it didn't work out like with my schedule and everything I have going on this year in the season. But I didn't even want to, like, I wanted to be there for the game, but I kind of wanted just to be in New Orleans, just to be in the city, like, for a game like that, man. Because it's been a while. Like, every time I've been in New Orleans to, like, go to a game, it's been such a long time where I've left the Dome and it's been a win, and like that feeling that there's nothing like the feeling leaving the Dome after a win, man. It is like if you could bottle that up, oh
man,
there's nothing like
the whole city, man. The vibe just be so nice in the whole city, man. Just even going to the corner store, everybody just like, who that? Just out of randomness, like. I ain't got no Saints jersey on or nothing. I'm just walking like, who that? And I'm like, yeah. Who that?
I want to feel it. I want to feel it again. Something I did want to talk to you about. So we talked about the defense. Let's stay on the defense. I tweeted it earlier today, and then I had to fucking mute the conversation. All I said, because so Pete Warner was missing in practice today. DA says that he has a groin injury. If you're a football fan and you watch a lot of football or been tuned to football, you will know that like groin injuries are nagging, and they like are gonna. So if he has a groin injury, man, Pete Warner gonna have a groin injury all season. Period.
All season,
and it's just gonna be about can he play and can it like in pain management. And all I tweeted. Because Pete Warner is a huge part of like this defensive puzzle for them to be elite. Like let's be honest about that. And I remember when we were talking, I think we did. Was it when we did Brian's show and we talked about like players that unexpected that may like just take a tremendous leap? And I went with Pete Warner, bro. Like everything in his rookie season was, on that trek. So, but now it's like he got a groin injury, and then like he missed like a couple of games first week of his rookie season. So it's like he kind of like injury prone. And I hate saying injury prone because like these are grown men who like play a very fucking dangerous sport. So maybe I won't use the word injury prone. But all I tweeted was like, just like the Saints not bringing back Quan's going to come back to bite them in the ass at some point this season. It's just going to. And everyone was like, oh, technically the Saints offered him a contract and he just wanted to be on. And I'm just like, I have done this podcast shit on and off for like 5 fucking years. Like, I don't say shit or tweet shit that like I don't know at least a little minute thing of what I'm talking about. And so all I ask that people who are in my mentions until I mute the conversation is like, where did that come from? Like, who did that come from? Like, that came from the Saints. Like, that was put out by the team. And people, like, fans need to realize that if the team puts something out, sometimes they just put that out just to, like, for them to, like, save face. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, it may not be what actually happened. And so, I will say that. So Pete Warner's out, but don't know what happened to Bonfire, bro. Like he been missing practice last couple of days.
Man, don't nobody even care, to be honest.
Nobody asked.
I had to check, bro. Nobody even asked. Like, man, what's Zach Bond at? It's just like nobody cares, bro. Like he out injured, and it's like, who gives a shit, bro? Like nobody cares, man. I am infuriated about Zach Bond, bro. Like that
I know you are, bro. Talk about it. Just go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna give you the
saying, like there's all this talk about, man, Saints then at LB2 or whatever. It's like a 6'3", 230-pound linebacker
who's like a third round pick.
Third round pick sitting right there. It's like he's there. just annoying, man. It's so annoying, bro.
When you said right there, all I could picture was like the LeBron and J.R. Smith meme, bro, where it's like, what the?
Exactly. That's what was in my head. It's like it's right there. It's just so annoying, and the problem is I don't even know who to be mad at. I mean, I could be mad at the Saints, obviously, for maybe picking the wrong player or whatever. But it's like, it's just like, man, like it's just annoying, man. Like
it is because
I do wish they got Quan. Like I really do. Like we screamed it all off season. Like he's just sitting there, and it's like, man, just get Quan.
You know who else was out there? And I don't even know if he's good anymore. But like Anthony Barr was out there, like just as a body. Now he's with the Cowboys because now you're down. I'm not saying you're down Pete Warner because he may be back, but like groins are tricky. He's going to be in and out almost all season. Like I don't think you're going to get consistent. Like Pete Warner played like 5, 6, 7 games in a row. Like groins are just a hard thing to deal with. So you have to deal. You're going to have to be dealing with that. We just talked about Zach Bond. The linebacker DeMarco Jackson that they drafted in the 5th round, he's on IR. Like, who is going to be next to DeMario, bro? Caden Ellis? Andrew Darwell? Like,
hey, you just gotta pray. You just gotta pray DeMario is just that picture of health that he has been. Even he's what, 32, 33?
Yes.
You just gotta pray he's just a picture of health. Like, I don't. That's one of the parts of the Saints where I'm just like, man, I'm not a big fan of that depth.
Not a fan of the depth, and I don't want to say like what's the vision because obviously the vision has been like, oh, okay, we got one of the best off the ball linebackers in DeMario Davis. We drafted this linebacker from Ohio State in the 2nd round, so that's our pair. But something, and someone like I know my dude Jordan was like, man, was like maybe the Saints should sign Joe Sherbert. No, that's the ice cream. Is that the ice cream? Sherbert.
Sherbert.
Anyway, who did like a tryout during like OTAs or minicamp or whatever? Who was with the Steelers last season? I don't know, man. Like defensively, that LB2 spot and probably defensive tackle worries me the most. Although I'm saying all this about the defense, and I'm kind of not. Everything. A lot has happened since the last time we recorded. There's like this elephant in the room I haven't even addressed, bruh. 2 firsts back, bruh. 2 firsts back.
2 firsts is back, man.
Off pup. Got a little attitude to him, like
attitude. So I'm on a press. I'm like, okay, bro. Like he just a little snippy. I'm like, okay,
yeah, he was, bro. Like, that's needed. He's like, yeah, blah blah. Like, I was doing all right until I saw like someone took pictures. Put that on.
Yeah, y'all put them pictures out, and look, here go Cat. There go Cat. Like, so what you how'd you feel about those pictures coming out?
Bro, when she asked that follow-up question, I literally, bro.
I said, can't miss it, boy. Can't miss it, bro.
This kid like she Diane Walters doing, but she got doing an investigative interview, bro.
And look, I get it from his perspective, man. Yes. I get it. Like that's like, it's like
But part of me is also like, man, you play in the NFL. Like at some point, like there's 4K cameras that's gonna be on your hands. Like I don't know,
man. Like I don't know. Rep that shit, man. Like who's that safety with the 49ers back in the day? Like John Lott. Like he had to literally cut it. Ronnie Lott had to cut his finger off during the Super Bowl game and all that. Rep on that shit, bro.
How do you think Shaquille Griffin done made like a career out of it, bro? Like, man,
got no hand, man. Man has no hand.
He doing just fine.
Fine, man. You got a little nub pinky, man. Like, man, throw a little ring on that thing, Like,
All jokes aside, I'm glad he came off PUP because the day before he came off PUP, I remember you had said like in the Discord, just like listening to DA talk about him. He was talking about like managing his health.
Yeah,
just like
I was getting worried. I was like, what is going on? What's going on with MD? Like, it's more than the pinky. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
yeah,
it's good that he's off PUP because we've been on it all these last couple of episodes and just saying that for this defense to be elite, truly elite, first you had to get Honey Badger back. He came back, and then you got to get a healthy dose for however long it can last, man. I don't know how long we're gonna get, but however long we can get Marcus Davenport and Peyton Turner healthy at the same time and playing games at the same time, you got to win those games.
Does Vegas have a line on that?
Bro, why was I just about to ask you? Give me the over under for how many games?
I'd say under 5 games. That's what I say. They're both of them on the field together.
I was going to set it at 4 too. Bro, we don't know this team. So if they can just be healthy 75% of the season, like maybe one of them has to miss a game or 2 or 3 or whatever. But if they can be healthy together 75% of the season and Peyton Turner takes a step, Marcus Davenport has a season that he had last year, you have Cam Jordan, you have Tano, you have Big Creep. I mean, I don't think he does, but like it all depends on preseason. But shit, is Taco Charlton gonna make the team, bro? Like Taco Charlton?
I mean, I don't know.
We'll see.
He was a first round pick, and he was, he got some love in that draft coming out. I wasn't a fan, but I mean, he's a player, bro. So if he can get in, to get him in.
But just the luxury of just throwing guys at offenses,
bodies.
Just never
like DA talked about it. I don't remember the presser, but talking about just like keeping. Well, really, it was Ryan Nielsen talking about just keeping guys ready to go for 4 quarters, man. Like, that's just such a key thing. We already know like 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, man. That's like time. It's time to go.
Yep.
So it's so critical to have D linemen that are fresh and ready and, not beat down and, they can make a game changer play,
Huge. I mean, we talked about it kind of recently when we were talking about Cam Jordan's Hall of Fame is that play he made against Dalton. Like those are the plays that defensive edges get paid to make when the game's ticking down on the line. Yep.
DeMarcus Ware, 2009, ending the Saints undefeated streak. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro, I'll never forget where I fucking was, bro. I was working at this little local Italian restaurant here that I worked at for almost 3 years, and I was working. I couldn't get the day off. It was on a Thursday. It was Thursday Night Football. Couldn't get it off. But I worked in like the takeout area, and they had the game on in like the bar area, so I could see it from like where I was. And my boss was a Cowboys fan, and when I tell you that was an awful experience, bro. Anyway, whatever. Still got the ending we wanted, but that game I just felt it was gross. Anyway, so we talked about the Warner thing. I'm a little concerned about it. It's one of those things like when cuts start happening, man, they need to be on the lookout for maybe getting a linebacker, bro. Like I think it's getting to be a little worrisome unless they just in-house 100% believe in like Peyton Ellis and Andrew, Duell and Eric Wilson,
Chase Hansen.
Well, I guess. What's up, Ryan?
Yo,
I'm just gonna say this. I don't want you to get offended. I'm a big dude. You a big dude.
Damn.
And I know sometimes weight loss has been an issue that we both dealt with our entire lives. But I want to tell you about something that I came across about this great new company called Vertimax.
Okay.
Did you know that Vertimax is the leading sports performance and fitness equipment company that's used by half of D1 programs and half of the NFL and NBA teams? We have an NFL podcast. It's used by professional leagues as well as other teams all around the world. There's the Vertimax platform and there's a Vertimax Raptor used to help athletes improve their performance on the field for almost 3 decades. That's almost as old as you. I know we pick on him, but did you know that we pick on him in terms of his workouts? But Jameis Winston actually has trained on a Vertimax Raptor, and the King of New Orleans himself, Drew Brees, has trained on a Vertimax platform, along with other top NFL and college football pro athletes. I was just scrolling on TikTok. I saw Amari Cooper using a Vertimax machine.
Wow.
We know we have a lot of listeners that have kids. They're in sports. They're in soccer, baseball, football, track and field, you name it. If you're a parent and you want to help your child improve in terms of their sports performance, or maybe you just feel like you just want to get your body right for the summer and get fit, you need to check out Vertimax. So all you have to do is go to Vertimax.com or follow them on social media at Vertimax. That's VERTI Max. Again, that's at VERTI Max. Vertimax.com. Look into getting yourself a Vertimax platform, a Vertimax Raptor, and tell me you won't see the improvement.
Bring back Craig Robinson. Shit.
Man, like leave Craig retire, bro. Craig doing just fine. A topic I wanted to talk. So a couple more topics I want to talk about. I got about 3. We're gonna finish up with just talking about the Texans preseason game and everything. Can we talk about the wide receiver depth on this team, man? And what a difference a year makes.
Good. Oh my God.
Just Mike Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave,
boom,
Deontay Hardy. This is in no order, by the way, people are listening. Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, Kurt Merritt. And I'm going to include him in here because I know people don't think he has a chance to make the team, but Kevin White's getting first team snaps with special teams.
Hey, I'm just saying.
So I'm going to leave Kevin White off of it. So let's just go with the 7.
But I'm just saying, you're going from Marquez Callaway being your wide receiver 1 to wide receiver 5. It's that's crazy. That's wild.
I'm going to say this out loud, and I know people might listen to it and be like, nah, there's no way. I don't even know if Marquez Callaway going to make the team, bro.
I don't know, man. Do you think it's out of him or Traquan? Or do you think it's a different battle?
I think it's Mark. I think it's between Callaway and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say prefacing by saying I don't know what the team is planning on, but I think it might be between Callaway and Deontay Hardy. If they feel like maybe they're so apart in contract talks and they don't want to let him walk for nothing, maybe if I'm running the team, I want Hardy on the team this year because I want to scare defenses shitless. And when I put out Olave and Hardy on the field at the same time, bro, I want defensive coordinators to be like, oh shit, we got to fucking pull all the safeties back, pull them back,
right?
And then everything underneath is open. But if they feel that contract talks are that far apart, the first team I'm calling is Chicago. First team, bro. Call him up.
They first on the list, bro.
Hey, Poles. You want a fourth for Deontay Hardy? I would shoot for a fourth. Maybe you don't get one, but I think maybe you could get a fourth for Deontay Hardy with the speed if you really kind of shine him up and be like, hey, go watch him last year. The snaps that he played when he was healthy.
He'd actually be a good trade for them. That would actually upgrade their roster.
He would, man. So I think that's really where the battle is. And I'm not, and people listening to this may think it's crazy, but like I think it's between Deontay Hardy, depending on how the team sees him in the future, and Marquez Callaway. But just to think we're having this conversation where like maybe and let's not Marquez Callaway would have at least some value around the league, right? Like he's not.
I think so.
He's not a chump, but I really think like this Kurt Merritt like awakening is like real, and this is where we get back to what DA said.
Yes,
training camp practices, like that's all fine and dandy, OTAs, mini camps, but we gonna see it on Saturday, bruh. Like,
because we should remember when Emmanuel Butler.
Butler time.
Everybody was like, man, Emmanuel Butler is just catching everything in camp. Come preseason,
crickets.
Where is he? Like
crickets. And our one dude, Trev was like, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. Nope. The one person that was like, y'all getting hot, and that was a thirst, bro. Like that's how thirsty we were. We just needed.
We was thirsty for wide receiver, and to be honest, like his competition wasn't that great.
Correct.
So
it wasn't.
It was easy to shine. So I mean, we gonna see with Kurt Meredith and not Kurt Meredith. What's his name? The undrafted wide receiver,
Dixon or
no. You just said his name.
Who?
Wide receiver that's trying to make the team.
Kurt Merritt?
What's his name? Yeah, Kurt Merritt. I said Kurt Meredith.
Oh, you said Meredith. Oh, you think about Cam Meredith.
Yeah. Cam Meredith. Yeah.
That's my new favorite Ryanism, just combining two players.
Just combine two players, man. I don't care. But, like, it's so key for him. Like, because if he has a really good preseason, man, it's going to be tough, bro. It's going to be tough, man. If he has a really good
preseason, I don't think you can cut him. And I say that because, in theory, let's say they decide, you know what, we can move on from Callaway. Maybe we can move on from Hardy and feel like we can get draft assets for both of them. The thing I keep bringing up is like, if Jarvis Landry balls out this season, he has a good to great season for his standards, number wise, team success wise, whatever. He's going to want to get paid and want a pay increase that the Saints just financially probably will not be able to afford next year.
Right. So
I think that's something that they do have to keep in mind is like, we could have, I could have Marquez Callaway on a very like super, super cheap deal and he is a suitable wide receiver for, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's the only thing I kind of give pause to thinking that you're so flush at, wealth at that position that you just start trading willy-nilly. And you just kind of you still have to have foresight for next season.
And you also have to include the, what Mike Triplett was talking about, Callaway doesn't do special teams.
Yep.
Traquan, as much as we bash on him, he's a great blocker. They love him, his blocking game. Coaches value that shit. We might not value it much, but they do value it. And, and look, Deontay Hardy, he was a Pro Bowl kick returner.
All pro
kick return. So, and he has that under his belt. He wasn't as good last year. And he's talked about that. He wants to be, kind of bounce back. So it's going to be tough, man. Like Traquan, we wouldn't save any money this year if we cut him, which, it kind of caught me in my eye today. I was like, damn, why we gave Traquan a $2 million roster bonus? Like, damn, signing bonus. I mean,
thirsty, bro.
Traquan Smith. Did we really have to give Traquan Smith $2 million signing bonus, bro? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
The Falcons was after him too.
Has he caught 40 balls?
I don't think he has, bro. I really don't think he has.
So it's like somebody got to throw us a pick, right? All these wide receivers, somebody should throw us a pick. Somebody.
At least one. At least one. I really hope that they do decide to keep and hang on to Hardy for at least one season, because I would just say give Jameis every reason to succeed, man. Give him every reason to.
Exactly.
We already see Deontay last season. Yeah, just it. If you're going to try to be all in like you've shown you're trying to be, just keep it afloat. Keep Deontay for one season. If he leaves next year, I mean, this is kind of what the Saints do, bro. Marcus Williams gone. Yeah. Trigger Trey gone. So like we say, like we can't let Deontay Hardy walk for nothing. Like, come on. Last thing I want to hit before we get into this Texans preview. Texans preview is not going to be super long. Just want to talk about some things we're looking out for in that game. I brought him up earlier in the pod. Trevor Penning. You still, if you keep reading these post game practice, write ups. John Henrich is doing a great job as he always does. Trevor Penning getting about time more with the ones at LT, bruh. He's holding up on his own. You said it on this pod when we brought him up last episode before last, whatever it was, that if he wins the starting left tackle position, it's not like something that's going to be like gifted to him. Like he's literally going to come in and like earn it and literally outplay James Hurst for it. Since that scuffle that he got kicked out of practice for, since then, you haven't heard a peep about Trevor Penning. Only thing that you've heard about him is like he's getting more times in with the ones at left tackle. That to me is super telling, because I think after that scuffle, and if you haven't watched that Zach Strief like 1 minute and a half, a little insight about Trevor Penning that was like out a couple of days ago, I retweeted it. Please do, because I think you kind of gain more insight. It's basically Zach Strief said, like, listen, like out of the 3 incidences that Penning's been in, 2 he was doing the right thing. He was blocking his ass off, and he basically pancaked the guy, and the opposing player got upset about it. He's like, that's what we're fucking looking like. That's what we're looking for. Like, yeah, there was one where we have to be like, hey, that's your teammate, blah blah. I can't do that. But he's like, it's like 2-1. Ever since that big commotion, bro, we talked about on the podcast how kind of annoyed we were, bro. He just coming in and just working. And so I said that out of the 3 things, if you could have Trevor Penning just come in as a rookie and be a better player than James Hurst as a rookie at left tackle, and you feel like you don't have to worry about him in the sense of maybe you don't have to send help to the left side. I'm not saying you have to do that every play, like he's just going to be blocking the best edge rushers without help from time to time. But like, that is huge. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just a little peek into the Texans preview, bruh. I don't watch O-line play heavily, but number 70, bruh, my eye is going to be on him when he's playing.
Oh yeah, no question about it. And man, if he is that guy, like maybe he's never be like a Pro Bowl left tackle, but say he's just a good left tackle, bro. That's huge, bro. And you come out that draft with Chris Olave, who so far looks like the real deal, and say Penning is real deal left tackle. You got Alontae Taylor, who should be a contributor on defense. Man. Like, that's a good draft. Just those 3 players.
It is. Especially when you consider that the first 2 are on a quote-unquote lesser controlled contract that you can control for 5 years.
5 years, man. 5 years.
5 years.
Key positions, you know?
Yeah, because as we've seen, bro, I mean, think about it. Imagine if Chris Olave is what we think he is. Christian Kirk just got $17 million a year, right receiver, bro.
Christian Kirk.
What do you think that number going to be in 5 years? Is Chris Olave doing Chris Olave things?
Mike Thomas still locked up. You know, you got Jarvis on the 1 year, but then you got young bucks like Kirk. You know, like, man,
if they can, and shout out to our guy Coach GM in our Discord. I didn't realize that Kurt Merritt had like a 2 indecent exposure incidences in college. So, like, you know how we do on this podcast, bro. Like, you famously have named Carl Granderson. Like, he's just hashtag Big Creek now. Like, that's just his name. Kurt Murray. I mean, if he sticks with the team, bro, he got to be hashtag Dick Exposure. Sorry, just out there pulling it out. Just don't make the rules, bro.
Mr. Dick Pick, gotta go.
I don't even think it was a pick, bro. I think he was just out there just
pulling out.
I don't know. I gotta make that sound when I do it. But if he's like, let's say Kurt Murray can be a wide receiver 4 who's undrafted, like that's huge. But I'm really gonna be watching Trevor Penning heavily against the Texans, man. Like, I really want to see him. So let's just get into it. I'll also say this about Penning before we get real quick. I think the chances of him starting week 1 against Falcons is getting higher and higher as days go by.
Interesting. That'd be huge, man.
I'm going to ask you this, and I know it doesn't. Why when the unofficial depth chart comes out, there's all this scuttlebutt about it? Like, why?
Why don't even think about it. I don't even look at it.
I don't even no, not even a little bit. Like,
they don't care about that shit. Like, the Saints put nothing into that. Nothing. Like, they literally just probably copy our ads and paste it in the spreadsheet, bro. Like,
bro, I wish I could have seen what was on our lads like a day or the day before they put it out, because I would have fucking howled if it was exactly the same. Just fucking would have howled. Let's get into this preseason game for the Texans. So in case you're listening to this, again, we're doing our first preseason Zoom live stream. It's going to be on YouTube. So anyone who is a Patreon, feel free to join us. If you're in the Discord, the link is posted in the channel for the preseason game already. If you're not a frequent member of the Discord, you can reach out to myself or Ryan, and we'll get that link to you. You can DM us, you can email us. I want to say this: please don't take offense to it. Like, if I ask or Ryan asks, like, can you show proof or or email? Like, bro, we bouncers, bro. Like, if you're not in the Discord, you ain't invited to the party. You can watch on YouTube, but you can't be in the club. Be outside the club.
Can't be in the club.
Not in the club. So that's gonna be the game's at 5 p.m. Pacific time. It's gonna be 7 p.m. Central time. I know you're gonna be in NOLA, bro. I know you're gonna be there.
Trying, man.
You gotta get back. Gotta get back, bro. Even for the first
trying, man.
I know.
I'm trying.
So what are the things you can give me? 2? Let's do maybe 2. Try to do 3 to 4 things each before we wrap up that you're looking for. It could be players. It could be things in general that you're looking for the preseason game against the Texans.
One of the things, kind of low key, but I want to see who's not playing. I feel like it kind of tells you something where it's just like, well, some of the reasons it might just it's a veteran player. They don't feel the need to play it. But it also tells you that they feel like this player is good. Like, we good with him. We don't need to see anything. We know he's good. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to see who's not playing and, see what's on my radar with that, especially with the younger players. Older players, I don't expect to see Cam Jordan playing or nothing like that, But I kind of want to see with the younger players, how they feel. I also want to see Andy Dalton, man. I think he's probably going to get a lot of play.
Yes.
I just want to see how he looks in the offense. I mean, the offense is going to be vanilla. It's going to be straight up, maybe, 2 wide receivers or whatever. I just want to see how he looks in it, how comfortable he is. Running back is key. I really want to see
Talk about it.
It's time to shine, man. Like running backs, this is your time to make money. Like running backs, that's one of the few positions that translate in the preseason. So I want to see who's going to take that mantle. Is it going to be Abram Smith? Is it going to be they cut Malcolm Brown today? Tony
boy.
Jones Jr.
Your boy.
Oh my God.
Your boy.
I don't want to see no more for my life.
I know it wouldn't happen, but like when we're out in New Orleans, like for the Raiders game, like that weekend, could you like imagine like all of us, like our whole crew, go into like a bar somewhere and like both Tony Jones Jr. and Ty Montgomery?
Oh my God.
Sorry. Speaking of the running back, that's a great point. Something that Breer said, man, that caught my attention. Just in case no one does like come to the forefront, it's like Patriots might be interested in trading Damian Harris, bro.
Hey,
caught my attention, bro. Like if we've talked, like I think Damian Harris would be the perfect compliment to AK, bro.
Oh, he'd be great, man. Great.
And like Damian Harris gets hurt a lot, so like for him not to be like the guy and could just come in when he needs to, or like, bro, I got the fourth ready right now. The fourth is in my hand. Bill, call us. Boom. But yes, I'm excited to see Abram Smith, your boy Tony Jones Jr., Zigbo. Like, Zigbo almost made the team, and how well we thought he made the team, and how well he played.
Yeah.
The first time he was with the Saints. But we'll see. You're right, man. Running back is such a huge thing. I'm going to be interested. I put Ruiz's name down, but I just think in general, and we don't know if the quote unquote first team offensive line is going to play, or is it just going to be backups from the start. But maybe like the first team O-line will get one series in, and if they do, I just want to see how they play. Like, is there, because like this offensive line hasn't been together. Like, obviously I know they don't have Tehran at left tackle, but it's just been a mash unit, bro. Like Ramczyk was out.
Man.
McCoy was out. Pete was out. the only one who wasn't out was Cesar Ruiz, bro. Only one.
Yeah.
But I want to see like that continuity if they do play. And because we've seen it, and I don't know how much this would tell us in preseason. It might not tell us anything, bro. But something that we saw so much of last year was like offensive line, like the run blocking was just shitty boo boo, bro. Like
it was not good.
It was terrible. Like AK would go on the run play, boom, blown up. Ooh, 1 yard, 2 yards.
So many times.
But like, can I see like them moving people off blocks? I know it's preseason, but something like I visually want to see. I really am interested in seeing Justin Evans. Him being this very sneaky free agent pickup that when it first happened, I was like, I mean, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But to see that he's played free safety, he's played strong safety. When CD was out handling the family matter, he was covering the slot some. Bro, you don't have a safety, you don't have a player do that that, one, you don't trust, and two, that you don't think can handle it, and probably is a good chance to make the team. So I know he's had some good practices and some good moments in training camp, but like to continue that success story and kind of like his comeback, I want to see. I want to see what he does in preseason. I think it's a big preseason for him because he's playing football in training camp, but he hasn't played like football in like 2 years. I got a Debo written down. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Marshawn's not going to play, obviously.
No.
But if the Texans were to, give Davis Mills, a series or maybe a series or two, and had our boy Brandon Cooks out there, and they may not have Brandon Cooks out there, but if they had him out there, man, I want to see a Debo on Cooks, bro.
Yeah, man.
I want to see. I want to see is some of the practices he's had and had great success in some of his practices, like, does that, is it translate? Because we saw it pretty quickly that first Ravens game. It was like, man, they going at a Debo, bro, like at his neck.
You remember that? Yeah,
I do. And he held up super well, and that was kind of how most of the season played out. So I'm kind of wanting to see like how good is that second year leap that we think he may be, his trajectory may be on. And then Chris Olave, man, I expect him to play. He should. I know maybe Saints fans like, no, like he's a rookie, man. Like he needs to play out there.
He's a rookie. He's gonna play.
He's gonna play. And all I want to see from him, I want to see one of those splats. It don't need to be like a 50-yard touchdown, 40-yard touchdown. But you give me like a 25-yard over route, and I just see that speed just for a little bit, bro. Just give me just give me that cleavage where it's cut down, where you just see like almost there. It's almost. That's all I want. That's all I want. No,
all I want.
Nothing else.
And they can sit him. They can sit him after that.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
I think if he shows something early, they're gonna sit him. They're gonna be like, okay.
His night's gonna be over pretty quickly. So I want to see him, but I also kind of want to see. I mean, I couldn't even tell you any. I don't think we're gonna get this because I know he's on that ramp up kind of management thing and everything. I know he's not gonna play, bro. But if he had a chance to play, if he played. Give me some Derek Stingley on Chris Olave for a series or two, bro. I don't think we're going to get it because they're really managing his, trying to get him, Derek Stingley, ready for week 1. But if there's a chance that Sting could play on Saturday against Chris Olave, woo!
Yeah, buddy.
I want it. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it does, I want it. That's it, man. Like, I'm excited. Like I've said before, I'm excited about football season. I'm excited about everything starting. But like we've said before, we are super excited about this upcoming season just because we're truly going to be sharing it with our Patreon community, like our listeners community completely, but our Patreon community especially for supporting us and it's helping us get to where we are. Like we're doing a lot of things on the pod to improve the sound quality, improve how we sound. Like we're doing so much, and we wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't have people that supported us, for fucking talking about football once an hour, twice, 2 hours a week or whatever it is. So thank y'all so much. I think this upcoming football season, regardless of what the outcome is for the Saints, is going to be a ride that it's going to be a very fucking fun one. And as the regular season is kind of getting close, just for people who may be new to our show, we typically record, we record 2 episodes during the season. We record the preview pod for whatever upcoming game there is. And then we record the post game pods, which has kind of become like our staple. We record usually like not right after, but like the night of the game. And that's usually up Sunday night, early Monday morning, depending on when the game is. So if you're not a Patreon already, if you want to be along for the ride, please, you can find us at patreon.com/Saints Twitter pod. It's in It's in my bio on Twitter. It's in Ryan's bio on Twitter. It's in our bio on Instagram. There's still time to people to become Patreons and just, continue what we've built. Like, none of us have thought that this would be where it is right now, but it is, and we're happy that it is.
Yeah.
So, anything else that you can think about, or anything before we get out of here?
Oh man, I'm ready for a preseason game, man. Like, I want to mention also Peyton Turner, bro. Like,
yes,
show me what you got, little daddy.
That's a good one, man.
Like, show
That's
me something, man.
Because he gonna play.
Show me something. He gonna play. I don't think he played last year.
No, he didn't.
So, man, like, he's been there most of training camp. So, man, like, if you going to, I'm sure they're gonna play him quite a bit.
Yeah,
you going against second, third string,
dominate,
right tackle or whatever, man. Beat that bit. Beat him.
Domination.
See it, man. Rub it in my face.
Please. One last thing I didn't mention in talking about how explosive this offense can be. I talked about, the wide receivers and all that in the offensive line. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about, and this is another thing to watch in preseason. Is Adam Troutman getting his name back? Is Finding Nemo going to become Big Fish again? Can that happen? Can it happen? Because he's had, from all, again, practice and all that, sounds like he's had a damn good training camp. And maybe he just had the yips last year. He was maybe injured. He had a lot of pressure, kind of just being also like, all right, you're tight end one now in this offense. And maybe it was a lot, whatever. But now, it's kind of like this. He doesn't have to be tight end one, because that's not going to be Taysom's role. So you could just be a high level tight end two. Like, I want to see. I would be highly surprised if Taysom plays, because I don't think he really needs to play, and he's still ramping up. But I expect Adam Troutman to play, and I'm watching him, man. Like, I want to see the good reports. Like, I read from the report yesterday. Like, he going up the seam, making plays. Like, we got seam plays from the tight end again. The seam is back.
Oh,
the seam is back. So that's another player that for sure is going to have my attention on Saturday. I'm already planning Friday what I'm going to go to Bevmo, pick up, get some drinks, alcohol for Saturday. It's going to be lit in the Zoom. It's going to be lit. We're excited about it. So
hey, don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Thank y'all for supporting us. So this is our preview for the Texans game. So today's Wednesday night. We will be back Saturday night. Hopefully, we should be back Saturday night to record our thoughts on the preseason game and how the Saints did against the Texans, and go and kind of break down the game and what we kind of saw. But anyway, thank y'all so much. We truly, truly appreciate y'all. We hope y'all can hear the difference in the audio. Become a Patreon, give us a retweet, a like on Instagram, a retweet on Twitter when this episode is posted, so we can just continue to build momentum. We appreciate y'all.
Peace.
With that, we're out.
Peace.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.